Hi there guys, it's Adrian here from IAmJadoreTV, and this is a continuation from the behind the scenes that I shot before this video. I'll put it in the link above so you can check that out. It's just a quick BTS of when I was actually shooting this, so I was real world shooting, so you can see that, check that out. It's a short little video, and yeah, check that out if you've just seen this one first. If you've seen that one first, then yeah, this is the continuation, and without further ado, we'll get into it. So first thing, when I open up this image, first of all, I'd just like to say this is like a live edit. I haven't edited this picture before, so you're witnessing literally me in my exact process, exactly how I edit stuff. And yeah, I just like to show you guys just the raw thing without being scripted or anything, so you guys can see exactly how I edit my pictures. So we'll go to calibration. I sort of use that, go to that first. Actually, let's go to the basic. I usually just select my profile. I literally only use landscape or vivid. In this case, it is more of a landscape type shot with more nature in it, I guess. So we'll use landscape. Then we'll go to calibration. Not going to touch the shadows. We'll go to the reds. I'm just going to go to about here. Not going to do too much with the reds. Going to go to about a bit more oomph. And as you can see, we'll just go quick. You can see that slight, just doing those slight things there. Color grading, I would suggest to learn. It can greatly improve your shots. I've been literally training myself on just playing around with the colors and less of like the contrast, highlights, etc, etc. So I feel it's been great for my photography this past year and a bit, just concentrating on color grading. And as you can see, there's already a difference, and we've only changed about 2 or 3 things. We'll go to the greens. Put this up. It's about there. I'm not going to play with the saturation. And blues. I'm not going to play with that saturation either. Now, more color grading. We'll go to the HSL adjustments. I'm going to go to orange. I want to change the orange. Let's give it a bit more sort of sunset, so I'm going to bring down the yellows a bit drastically. I think just to bring it all into more of one sort of tone. I'll leave that there. Greens, I'm going to get rid of the greens, so I'm going to bring that to match it with the orange. So there we go. Because you see the orange has now changed all to one sort of color with the sun and the highlights, even in the trees that out of focus back there. It's all sort of one tone. Let's go to luminance. We'll bring the luminance up to about there on the reds. Gonna go. Let's see for more highlights. You see on the face, it's just giving a bit more highlight there. So I'm gonna do just about there. I'm gonna bring the yellows down. About there is fine. Nothing back to the hue. I think I'll leave it like just about that. I think the color grading itself is pretty good there. We're gonna go to, I think I'm done with that right now. So let's go to the basic tab here, where what we're gonna do, we're gonna change that the temperature. So probably I'm going to make it a bit cleaner, and I'll show you why in the next step. So I'll leave it at about 53, and going to put that up. You'll see why I've sort of done sort of cleaned it up a bit about after this. And we're going to do the contrast just a little bit, and actually we'll do the dehaze. I like to sort of use the dehaze because of the such harsh sunlight coming into the lens. I usually don't even use contrast. If you've seen my other editing videos, I usually turn it all the way down and I use the dehaze for my sort of contrast look, because I prefer dehaze rather than the contrast. It's just a little bit less harsh, and it's usually affects just a different area of the picture. I just prefer it in my photos, so we're going to use the dehaze. And as you can see how much it cleans up that sort of haze in the image, add a bit more clarity into it. And usually, because obviously how harsh the sun is coming into the lens, I don't usually do such drastic with the dehaze or clarity, but in this case obviously we have to. I'm going to bring up, not too much, bring up the exposure. I want to give it a more dreamy look as well, so I'm going to bring up the highlights and just a bit more oomph back into it. I'm going to put the blacks down, and that I'm quite happy with that as it is right now. So I'm going to open the image, and as you can see, this corner, there's a bit of a dark corner going on here. And obviously I didn't want to use the vignetting, the tool to fix the vignetting, because it would have affected these areas down here and it would have made them lighter. I don't want that, so what we're going to do is select the patch tool. I'm just going to select this area right here, just move it along to an area. There you go, problem solved. And then I'm going to click adjustments, color balance. Color balance is probably one of the most powerful cogs in my editing machine. It's literally what transforms most of my, all of my pictures, because I literally use it on all my edits. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to the highlights. You can see how much that's just changed it, and you see if we left the temperature and it wasn't so clean before, it would have been overpowering. So that's exactly why I did that, and as you can see, it's a better effect than if we left it in camera raw. I'm gonna add slight magenta and shadows. When you're doing sort of sunset shots or shots in general with sun in the background or wherever the mood may be, changing the yellows in the shadows is a great help. As you'll see now, it's just giving it that much evening sun, late sunset look. Don't want to do too much. I'm gonna put some magenta right back into it. As you can see, you'll look at that, and it's with changing the temperature in camera raw, you have seen how you can see it's clean. There's quite very clean edits here on the actual model itself, and it's just affected more of the colors around the model in the field and the back. If we turn this off and on, you see is, and it's given the model more oomph of her natural color back as well. And I think that will be it. I'm quite happy with that. Another little extra tip, if you want it to give it a bit more of a sunset feel, you can click color lookup right here. It gives it more, there's more sort of LUTs here that you can choose from for any of style of editing. You can sort of choose sort of like the late sunset is what I use. I usually use late sunset, or crisp warm. But as you can see, you don't need that powerful overpowering effect. So what you're going to do is the opacity, you're going to bring it down. I think about 15, 16 is good. And as you can see, look, it's just giving it a bit more of that late evening feel. So yeah, I usually use late sunset or crisp warm. But other than that, that is my editing for this picture pretty much done. I don't think I need to tweak anything else. The color grading is, as you can see in the previous raw camera raw, I didn't do too much with like the contrast and all of that, and I usually wouldn't even do that much. It was only because the sun was glaring into the lens where I had to try and get rid of the sort of the haze, but I still wanted to shoot into the sun because you can get that nice, see in the areas down here, you can see the flowers are illuminated to the max. It gives that nice dreamy feel. Now if you want to check out my Instagram, I have got some cinematic b-roll, all filmed with the Canon EOS RP and the Meike 85mm f1.8, which is what I've shot this whole shoot with, and what I filmed with the b-roll with it as well. So definitely check that out. And also the uncensored content I obviously can't post on Instagram or YouTube is also in the link below. But let me know your thoughts. Will be getting back to shooting more content much soon, as obviously this quarantine period is being lifted. So yeah guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.